back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to go over the Q3 report for suburban Philadelphia suburbs. Now, note that I'm in a new location today. I'm actually in my real estate office today. I had some time today, so I'll be able to film, so yay. But anyway, I'm basically piggybacking off the Philadelphia Q3 report. I'm gonna go, same thing, I'm gonna go over the report by neighborhoods and towns and compare Q3 from 2019 and 2020 and then do a brief summary. So let's get started. Okay, now we are at Q3, we're Q4 technically at the time of filming, and Q3 has, the Q3 report has came out. It's COVID, it's 2020, there we go. So home has been completely different now because we're changing our homes. Our homes are, instead of being a place where we go and sleep at night and just kind of hang out with our family and we have our residence there, we are building our restaurants, we are building our schools, we are building gyms, home offices. We're doing a lot more from home. So what we have noticed in 2020 now is that since the pandemic and the shutdown, people are reevaluating their spaces and they're deciding whether or not, hey, I need more room to do this. I need more room to do that. Hey, I live in the city and I don't have a backyard. What makes it, and another thing to mention is that what makes the city more bearable, such as, or I should say tolerable, where it's like, yes, you're compensating close, you're getting more into densely spaced areas where your space is not as big. Also, and you may not be able to have that garage or parking, but you also have the theaters, you have the restaurants, you have the bars that makes things more bearable. But ever since COVID, things have been either shut down or they're not as what we used to happen. In Philadelphia now, restaurants cannot do indoor dining. They can only do outdoor, and it's getting colder. Some business owners are doing what they want, or they're trying to make do with what they have. Now, in the suburbs, businesses in the suburbs have more availability, have more options to them than those in the city, because the city is more denser. You don't have that much space. In the city, restaurants, they're actually using a lane in the street, closing off a lane in order to put their tables there. They're having tents put up. They're having fire, external heaters out in greenhouses so that, they can serve their customers in the outside setting to adhere to the restrictions that the city may have provided. So enough to talk about the city. We're going to the suburbs now. Okay, our first suburb area is Ardmore. Ardmore is in Montgomery County, right outside of Philadelphia County, and sales in 2019 was 58, and in 2020, 47. Average sales price in 2019 was $419,000 compared to 2020, where it was $449,000. Days on market in 2019 was 23, and 2020 is 18. So we have seen a profound decrease in days on market in Ardmore. Berwyn is actually in either Montgomery County. I'm sorry, I may get the county wrong, but it is in the suburbs of Philadelphia. Berwyn is along the main line, and it is sales for 2019 is 54 and 2020 is 64. Average sales price is $716,000 in 2019 and $668,000 in 2020. Days on market is in 2019 was 34, and compared to 2020, which is 32. So what we've seen is lower sales prices help drive overall sales. Yeah, sale prices may be lower, but we're seeing more sales in 2020 in Berwyn compared to last year. Now we're moving on to Bluebell, which is in Montgomery County towards the north. Its sales in 2019 is 86 and 2020 is 85. Average sales price in 2019 is $463,000 compared to 2020, which is $521,000. Days on market is 23 in 2019 and 2020 was 31. So consistent inventory is met with increase in buyer demand. So we have consistent inventory, people are still moving out there. So not much change there, but sales prices have definitely gone up in 2020 in Bluebell. Bryn Mawr, which is in Montgomery County and it's along the main line, the sales for 2019 is 88 and 2020 is 81. Average sales prices in 2019 is $670,000 and 2020 is $882,000. Days on market is 39 and in 2019 and 2020 is 29. So inventory remains low, causing huge sales price increase and fast turnarounds. Yep, pretty so. That's what we see here. Okay, Devon. Now Devon is also along the main line. It's on the main line as well, but it's in Chester County. Sales in 2019 is 39 and 2020 is 46. Average sales price in 2019 is $757,000 and 2020 is $627,000. Days on market is 54 in 2019 and 2020 is 29. And we see a significant decrease in sales price results in quick moving buyers. So prices have gone down. Now Devon is considered a luxury, like when we're on the main line, and I forgot to mention this before, main line does tend to be more higher priced homes. You have more space, it's more luxury, it's luxury homes. So Devon, for the luxury market, we're seeing that prices have gone down, but it's causing more buyers to buy. Okay, our next town is taking us all the way to Bucks County, which is Doylestown. We are for sales in 2019 is 238 and 2020 is 270. Average sales price is $524,000 in 2019 and $526,000 in 2020. Days on market is 40 in 2019 and 38 in 2020. So what we're seeing is in delayed inventory, which proves tremendous market strength. Now we're seeing more people kind of moving out. They're reevaluating. They're either downsizing or they want to upgrade to something more. Doylestown does have more land than the city, but we are seeing a lot of market strength in Doylestown. Malvern, which is in Delaware County along the main line, sales in 2019 is 144. 2020 is 154, I'm sorry, in 2020. Average sales price is $613,000 in 2019 and $640,000 in 2020. Days on market is 52 in 2019 and 52 in 2020. So not much of a change there. We're seeing that Malvern is a proven market that consistently drives demand. The demand is still there. It's kind of like a balanced market there. Not that much difference. We are seeing a little bit of an increase in sales and an increase in average sales price. However, days on market, it's still the same. Okay, our next town is Media. Media is in Delaware County, and the sales in 2019 is 137 and 2020 is 145. Average sales prices in 2019 is $457,000. In 2020 is $522,000. Days on market is 37 in 2019 and 25 in 2020. So what we're seeing is remarkable drop in days on market, which shows growing buyer demand. It's pretty true. So in our next town, we're still staying in Delco in Delaware County. Swarthmore, which is not too far, which is like the next town over, or the next few towns over, and from media. Swarthmore has that college, has Swarthmore College, which is pretty great. But anyway, moving on, sales in 2019 is 44 and 2020 is 45. Average sales price is $365,000 in 2019 and $325,000 in 2020. Days on market is 28 compared to 13 in 2020. Drop in average sales price drives consistent sales. So we're seeing a little bit of a decrease. The market is still solid, still pretty consistent, but we did notice that there has been a drop in average sales price, and it's still keeping more sales. Villanova, that's our next town. We are on the main line. Villanova, it's the most expensive suburb in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, or as I say, greater Philadelphia area. Sales in 2019 is 38, and sales in 2020 is 34. Average sales price in 2019 is $957,000. 2020, we had $1.25 million in average sales price in 2020. Days on market is 34 in 2019 and 73 in 2020. So currently we are experiencing momentous jump in average sales price. Everything else is pretty staggered, it's pretty the same, but we have been seeing more people so average sales prices are going up, even though it is a luxury market in Villanova. And also another thing about Villanova is that it's Villanova University. Okay, moving on to Wayne. Wayne is also along the main line. It is in Montgomery County. Sales in 2019 is 104 and 2020 is 165. Average sales price in 2019 is $711,000 in 2019, $797,000 in 2020. Days on market is 41 in 2019, 2020 is 29. So we're seeing that trends towards suburban living drives automatic increase in sales and sales price. Yeah, so what we are seeing in the reports is that average sales prices have been going up in the suburbs. So granted, the suburbs are a little, home prices in the suburbs are lower, than in the city. However, you're still paying for those taxes. That's kind of the stark difference between living in Philadelphia County as compared to like any other in the surrounding counties around Philadelphia. But we have been seeing more people have been moving out of the city to go to the suburban market. Okay, this report is an interactive report. I will leave the full report down below. And if you have any questions, or you just want to know what is going on in Philadelphia, please feel free to give me a call. My information is down below, and I want to know, what area were you most surprised at from this report? Is there anything what really shocked you? So let's start the conversation below. Let's start a discussion, and you can comment, subscribe, or like this video and share. It really helps the channel a lot. It helps me a lot. And if you have any ideas whatsoever, please leave it in the comments below. So other than that, thank you, and I will see you on the next one.